Hello and welcome to another edition of the Mayor Dan Paletko Show. Very pleased to have as my guest today the Recreation Director, Ken Grybel, and we're going to be talking about a great event that's going to be coming up next month. So Ken, thank you for being a guest.
Mayor, it's very much my pleasure to be here.
And so what number Spirit Festival is this?
Well, it's number 29.
29 already.
29th annual, and it's going to be June 10th to the 14th on the grounds of the Campfield Community Center, same place it's always been for the last 29 years. And a lot of the amenities will be the same as we've had in past years.
Mm-hmm. So with the upcoming event, and it's really something that the community looks for, I see that as one of the anchor of events that people want to come and just see neighbors currently and past neighbors, because a lot of people come back that used to reside in Dearborn Heights. And what are the days and what's planned for each of the days?
Well, we have a lot going on as we have in all past years. We open up with our Wednesday, which is our sneak preview night, and I'll talk about why it's called sneak preview night in a minute, but I also want to touch on our, I think it's our 5th annual Senior Jubilee, and this is when, for the last 5 years, we've been bringing our senior citizens. A lot of them get intimidated coming out in the evenings with the larger crowds or whatnot, so the grounds are pretty much vacant, and it's senior citizens only. From 10 a.m. to 2, and we have all kinds of entertainment for them. We have a lot of giveaways. We have a lot of vendors who are there who are help sponsoring it, and there'll be a lot of information and free giveaways. We'll have entertainment, and then there's a wonderful lunch with it. So it's just from 10 to 2. It's just a celebration with our seniors. Tickets are on sale at the Eaton Senior Center right now, and they're going fast. We're limited to 200, so the first 200 that sign up, and they are only $4 a ticket, and it's quite a bargain. And we also provide transportation because we're so limited on parking. We charter a couple buses, one pickup at Eaton Center, one pickup at the Berwyn Center, and we bring them right over and drop them right off on the grounds, and when they're done, they're taken back to both locations.
The meal in and of itself is probably worth $10, so for $4, you're ahead of the game.
Yeah, it's great. And we have the Kiwanis out there that run a bingo for us, so it's just a lot of activities. It sells out every year, so if you haven't gotten your ticket yet, I really urge you to get over there very quickly to either the Berwyn or Eaton Center and get your ticket for that event. And then we call it Sneak Preview Night because we have no other entertainment running that day at all. The only thing we have running is our amusement ride Midway, and we kind of get that up and running. And it's also a way for us to, through Mid-America shows, and they go ahead, and it's normally $16 to ride the rides from 4 until 10. And but there's a $4 off ride coupon that Mid-America Show is sponsoring again, and they're providing, and it's available through our website. Every school child in Dearborn Heights who attends a school in Dearborn Heights will get it in their backpack. So check those backpacks and for it. And any of our city buildings will have it, and of course we'll have it at our recreation department. But with this $4 off ride coupon, it allows you to ride all those rides for only $12. And so I think that's a tremendous value. And I know there's a lot of people out there that might have multiple kids, and it's tough to come out on the weekend when it's a little more expensive, so they can still enjoy the festival and come out and treat the kids to a nice night out for $12, each person. Now each person has to have their own ride coupon, so you can't come there with one coupon and say, I have 4 kids, you have to have, each one has to have their own coupon. So that's what we want to make sure. And like I said, the rides open up at 4 and they'll go till 10, and then we'll have anybody who bought tickets can ride the rides out till 11 o'clock. But the premium time with the ride bands is 4 to 10.
I don't know about you. I feel like some of them make me sick now. I could probably do a merry-go-round, but some of the other ones, I don't really care. But the kids love that.
Oh, they love them.
Cedar Point is a firm example of how much kids love it.
Yeah, and also it'll indicate, if you ever check the prices of Cedar Point, how expensive it can be too, and a lot of people just can't afford it. When you think of the gas and the time and then what you're paying for each one of those tickets, it's a very expensive trip. It's almost like a mini vacation. Yep. So this gives people an opportunity to have some localized entertainment at a very affordable rates. And some of the rides we have there are very similar to what you would see at the bigger amusement ride complexes. So like I said, it's a great opportunity, and so that'll be on Wednesday, sneak preview night. So that's all we have going on that evening. And then we get into Thursday, and Thursday is community night, and this is where we let a lot of our different school groups come out and perform. We have the Crestwood Jazz Band and Riverside Middle School performing that evening. But the big one the big thing that we kick off is the Taste of the Heights. And this is a very popular event. It's from 5:30 to 7 in the air-conditioned Canfield Community Center. You sit outside a nice shaded area, but all the foods and everything are dispersed in the air-conditioned Canfield Center. I think we have about 11 vendors that'll be there this year, and it's hard for people to go to every one of the areas for their $6 ticket, and so it's quite a value. We want to let people know that starting the Monday of Spirit, the tickets will be on sale at the Canfield Center. So if anyone wants to get their ticket early, it doesn't get you in any faster. All it does is take you out of one line where they're buying the tickets and put you into the line where they're going into the facility. We'll be selling tickets from 5 until 6:30, and like I said, it's a great deal. It's $6 for adults. It's $4 for ages 3 to 12, and if you have someone under 3, as long as they're eating off the parents' plate or whatnot, we let them in for free.
And the veterans to this come with like a part of a cardboard box, and so because it's very difficult, I have never been able to manage it where you get something from each station and be able to carry that all to a seating area. I mean, my point is, you get a decent amount of quantity. Mm-hmm. It's not
They're
just
fair portions.
If fair portions, there's just not a little bite and that's it. It's a decent amount to really get a idea of what that restaurant offers.
Yeah, it's like, for Antonio's will be there, Mexican Fiesta. These are some of our bigger ones will be there. Leo's Coney Island is there. We have Warren Valley banquet facility will be attending. So those are just some of the food vendors that'll be there, and like I said, they do give fair portions. And some people who have a larger appetite, sometimes they bring a larger tray to carry everything, but usually very few people cannot eat more than what a full plate will hold anyways.
I agree.
And that's where it comes down to. You can go around to every one of them, and you're entitled to do that. We have people there that punch your ticket, so you can only make one visit per food restaurant or food establishment. But if you want to not go somewhere and go somewhere else and try it, you can do that. So it's a great value. I just want to tell people, if you get there and you see there's a line out front, that's very typical. Yes. But the line moves very quickly.
Yes.
We get everybody through. Everybody's through, and anybody who's in line early gets in the place within 20 minutes, 25. We have over a seating area for about 200 out there, and we get about 250 to 300. So throughout the entire time period. So what we don't do is we don't want to have lines going all out the front door. So as people are going through the lines and getting to the eating area, then we let more in. Mm-hmm. And like I said, the line moves very, very quickly. So don't be intimidated by that line and say, oh my, they're going to sell out, or I won't find a place to sit. You will find a place to sit, and we'll get you in.
Yeah, I've never seen the vendors run out of food, and as you indicate that. It works a little bit differently than a buffet line, as you mentioned, because I might have the opportunity to stop at 11 places, but I may stop at 6. So there probably are individuals stop at all 11, but sure. that would give you so much food that I don't know how you'd eat it all.
I don't know either. I've had a couple people come up and say, well, I didn't make it to all the food booths. And I said, well, are you disappointed? You feel well, no, I got quite a value for it. Well, then, be happy. Next year, come, and then if you missed some, next year maybe go to that one first and try their foods. But like I said, it's a great event. It's on Thursday evening, starting at 5:30. Mm-hmm. And then right after that, if you got all that food consumption and you want an opportunity to walk it off, we have your
We'll
annual
be
Mayor's
out walking. That's absolutely correct. So get a good crowd. I hope we get more people than we've had in the past, mm-hmm. and we're still giving out a T-shirt, I assume.
Yes, our commemorative T-shirt we have designed every year around our theme, and our theme this year is Detroit 1935, City of Champions. And I don't know how many people our viewers know, but 75 years ago, Detroit did something that nobody's ever done to this day. And that is hold 4 of the major championships all at the same time. Our Tigers won the World Series, the Red Wings won the Stanley Cup, and the Lions won the NFL football championship because they didn't have the Super Bowl then, so it was the NFL championship. And quite honestly, it was all 3 of those teams' first championship too. And then Joe Louis held the heavyweight boxing championship. So that's why we're referred to 1935 as the City of Champions.
Right.
So that's our theme this year. And but
I'm
the
anxious
T-shirt.
to see what the T-shirt
Yeah,
looks
the
like.
T-shirt
with
is
that
being
theme.
designed. We don't release that, but we have a commemorative T-shirt. It's the official T-shirt of Spirit. You cannot buy it. We don't have any place where you can buy it. The only place you can get it, and it's free, is if you attend the Mayor's Walk and go on a 1-mile non-competitive walk. Registration starts right at 6:30 if you want to get your size, because we can't always guess who's going to show up and what sizes. So if you want your size, and be sure, get there and be in line early. They do go quickly. We give them out to the first 125 that register for the walk. It's really a great keepsake. It really is. And we have so many people that come a lot, mainly for that reason. But the walk is good too. And we get into the walking because we want to encourage people to get out and walk as a healthy form of exercise.
And don't be scared. The walk is not a competitive walk. It's not like going to a 5K marathon. No, it's not like that at all. We walk at a decent pace, and you walk at whatever pace you feel comfortable. And we have police officers that escort us so that we're safe along the way, and no motorists, because we do walk in the street.
We take over the streets, and it's right behind the subdivision behind the Canfield Community Center grounds. So we have a course. It's a 1 mile, and as you mentioned, it's not a race. Whether you finish first or last, you're a winner just by finishing.
That's right. Nobody keeps score, and you're not logged in as to your start and finishing times. We don't keep times, but we'd certainly like to see it. Obviously, the idea is that as part of anybody's health plan, eating right and then exercise ought to be part of it, and that's what we're trying to promote.
And that's exactly right. It's the beginning of the summer, so we have safe streets in Dearborn Heights, so hopefully people will then take that as a springboard and start a regular walking program. Find out, walking a mile isn't that hard, and it's kind of neat to get outside, and so hopefully that will springboard people to getting into a regular walking program, whether it's every night or at least 3 times a week is what we recommend that they do. And that, once again, registration starts at 6:30, and then the walk will start at 7 o'clock. And then we'll take to the streets. And then at 8 o'clock, we have a new band that's coming in and be closing out Spirit on Thursday night. And that is Pure Grain. I had to look it up because they're
Grain?
Yes, Pure Grain. And you think, oh, Grain, they're a country band. They really aren't. They're a classic rock band.
Okay.
And so they would play like Bad Company and maybe a little bit Aerosmith and just all the classic rock that you used to listen on the classic rock stations. And so it's a different sound for us. And so they're going to be there from 8 to 10 and close out the Spirit Fest on Thursday. Then we run into Friday, and Friday is our Community Service Club night. And this is our 3rd annual. And this is when we bring our Dearborn Heights Lions, Rotary, Kiwanis, and Goodfellows all together. And from 6 to 8, you can come out to the grounds, and they will have a booth set up, and they'll have all kinds of giveaways, and they'll have information about their organizations too. It's a way of letting people know what they do, and then they're our main sponsor for that evening for the entertainment that we have, and we'll talk about that in a minute, the closeout. But we're real excited that we got our service clubs involved, because to me, if I was coming to Dearborn Heights and I go to a festival and all I see is amusement rides and nothing else, it's kind of empty. It's not a community event. It's an event, but not a community. When you start seeing the different organizations involved in participating, now that shows that we have a community. And I really believe, strongly in our community and our values in our community. And I think that's what that, reflects.
And the great thing is these are all family-orientated events. So, yeah, bring your family.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, and we have a Sunday for Family Day, but any day is Family Day at the festival. And then we have the Rotarians on Friday are having their. They've taken over the pizza and salad feast. So we're calling it a 1st annual since they're doing it. We had a different organization doing it for a number of years, but decided not to come back. So the Rotarians have picked it up. And so in the air-conditioned Canfield Community Center from 5:30 until 7. Or I'm sorry, 5 to 6:30. That's right, it's half hour earlier than the Taste Fest. 5 to 6:30. They're going to be serving pizza and salad. Tickets are $8 for adults. Kids 12 and under, $6, and senior citizens 55 and up 6, and children under 3 are free. And so come out and support the Rotarians. They're calling it Pizza with a Purpose, and what that means is that if you donate, all the proceeds that they generate are going to be a purpose to help Dearborn Heights and go back into worthwhile causes.
And all 4 of those organizations do so much for the community. We're really blessed to have them.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And then our amusement rides on Friday kick off at 3 o'clock, an hour earlier. So I want to remind people on Wednesday and Thursday it's at 4 o'clock. And then we go to 3 until 10 for our pay one price. And the price is $18, which is still a great value. And so you can ride all the rides. And then we have our police and fire softball challenge. This has become an annual event between our fire and police department, and there's a lot of bragging rights between these 2 groups. And it'll be at 7 o'clock, and it'll be on the central hardball diamond, which will be just on the back side of the midway off the Horseshoe Drive. So it's right there by the Campfield Ice Arena. So if you want to come out and see a fun game and support our police and fire, who do a lot for us. Yes, they get paid for what they do, but I don't know if they could ever pay me enough to do what they do, because they do put their lives on the line. And so we're very pleased that they're being part of our event and carrying on this fine tradition. And then we're going to have closing out the evening, and that's where I mentioned the Rotary, Lions, Kiwanis, and Goodfellows are sponsoring Steve King and the Diddleys.
Oh, great.
And Steve will be taking stage at 6:30. And so if you want to come out, I don't think to even talk about Steve King and the Diddleys. He's been with our festival for a lot of years and brings out some great crowds, great dance music, and it's just a way for the community to have some good old-fashioned fun. And so we're very pleased to have Steve back again.
Well, it just sounds like a great festival, as always, and something that I think people will want to dedicate more than 1 or 2 days, because there's something happening every night worthwhile. And so I hope to see everybody out there.
Yeah, we do, because we still got Saturday and Sunday to go. And that's when we really kick in the festival. And Saturday we have Military Appreciation Day. That's when we salute our military past and present. And that'll be from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. And we have the Ford Chorus out, and we sing all the patriotic tunes. I know you'll be in attendance, and we'll have other dignitaries there. But we want all our people who are any branch of the armed forces, whether they're retired, no longer in the armed forces, or they're current and they happen to be home on leave, or we'd love to see them come out so we can pay tribute to them for all they've done over the years in making America a free country that we all benefit from. And so we just like to, this is the way our community wants to say thank you to them. And we've been doing this military appreciation, probably going on 10 or 12 years.
I was going to say at least 10 years.
Yeah. And so, and we get a good turnout for it, but we can never have enough turnout for this. So if you happen to want to come out, and from 1 to 2 and support our troops, really. Yep. Then we, after that, we move into Dwayne Malinowski, which is a very important part of it. He's one of the best polka bands. He's out of Toledo, Ohio, and we bring him up because of his popularity in the Detroit metro area. And he'll be here from 3 to 5. And then we close out the evening's activities with Larry Lee and Back in the Days. And he plays kind of like funk rock. He would play Kool and the Gang and some Motown and kind of in that genre. And we had him here at our festival probably about 6 years ago, and he did a Motown review for us, and it was just incredible. And I recently saw him last year down at Wyandotte, down at their street fair, and he put on a large concert down there, and they had a great turnout for it, and they are a dance band.
These bands, if you can sit in your chair and just not move, there's something wrong with you, because it just really stimulates you to get up and start dancing.
It sure does, and I mean, and people do. We have a nice dance floor, so you aren't dancing on a parking lot. We have a nice wood dance floor that we provide. You're in a tented area, so if there's bad weather or whatnot, we protect you. A lot of nice advantages come into our event, and we try to do those little special things to make our event, a little nicer, a little more unique than other events around. And so that gets us, that's Saturday. And then we want to mention that our Midway opens up at noon, and it goes till 10 o'clock for the pay one price, and it goes to a $20 because it's the whole day. So you can come here, let's say at noon, ride the rides for a couple hours, go home, come back later in the evening. As long as you don't tamper with the ride band, take it off, stretch it, or do anything with it, it's still good, and you can come back in the evening and ride some more rides. So you can kind of split the day up if that's what you want to do. But they're $20, and then the same thing on Sunday. It's same time period, starting at noon, and $20 to ride all the rides all day, and that's quite a bargain. If you try to buy individual ride tickets, each ride runs like $3, $4 to ride, so you can see how quickly you could eat up even at $20. And of course, we talked about our $12 opportunity on Wednesday with the ride coupon. So it's a great value, and that's what we try to pride ourselves on. Our event is a great value. But Sunday we get into Family Day, and we start the day off with a pancake breakfast sponsored by our Dearborn Heights professional firefighters, and all the proceeds from that come right back to Spirit. They donate it right back so we can pay for all this entertainment that we have, because all our entertainment is free. We don't charge you an admission like I saw at Orchard Lake St. Mary's, where now they're charging $5 just to come on the grounds. And then when you're there, then you have to spend more money for food or for the rides and all that. Well, to come on our grounds, there's no charge, so the entertainment is truly free. And so the pancake breakfast goes from 9 a.m. to noon. I want to give the correct prices, so I'll read from it. We have adults at $5. We have senior citizens 55 and up at $4, and kids 12 and under are $4. So that'll be on the main entertainment tent, and then the rides start right at noon. So hopefully you give yourself a little time to digest, or not go on those real, fast spin rides that we have. But you can go right from the pancake breakfast and right into the ticket booths will be opening up, and you can start enjoying the Spirit Fest. And then we have the Dearborn Heights Fire Department is coming back again this year for their water ball fight, and that'll be at 3 o'clock behind the Campfield Community Center. And so if it's really warm that day, it's a great place to go and cool off. But basically they take a ball and string it between a line, and they take the hoses and they aim at it, and whoever's the better aim, they have a couple teams there, and they square off, and whoever pushes it the furthest and gets it beyond a little marker, that's the goal. It gets a point, and so it's kind of fun to watch. And we know a lot of our kids really enjoy that, and kids of all ages, because I still enjoy it too.
Right.
Mayor, then we have the Home Depot back again, doing the children's craft, and that's where they bring out these prepackaged crafts that they use, but they're more than just put-togethers. You have to use hammer, nail, glue, and they go home with a nice project, and they'll have a variety there of about 3 to 4 that they can select which ones they want to do. Parents are encouraged to help out, and that's from 4 until 6, and that'll be right outside the entertainment tent area in a children's tent area. And they'll have Home Depot staff there to help too. So it's just a great chance. And if moms want to sneak over there while dads aren't looking, or maybe dad isn't there, it might be a chance that you can find a craft project that would maybe make a nice Father's Day gift with Father's Day coming up. And so a lot of people have done that. And then we have an Elvis tribute. We have at a very popular event from 3:30 to 5 under the main entertainment tent. We have Fred Wolf, and Fred is probably the best I've seen today. Back in the old days when we first started, we had a gentleman by the name of Sherman Arnold.
Yes. And
Sherman Arnold's in the Hall of Fame. And then after we had Sherman, I thought the next best was Danny Van. But Fred Wolf is right up there, and I think he'll be in the Hall of Fame someday. He's got a great voice, and I'll tell you what, he looks like Elvis. He's like Sherman Arnold. They both look like Elvis.
Yeah, Sherman Arnold could have been his twin brother. There's the mannerisms and everything.
Yeah, his reflection in his voice and everything. And Fred Wolf does the same thing. He was here the last couple of years, so we've had him back, and he gets a nice crowd. So if you're not sure which Elvis impersonator we're having Fred Wolf. So we're going for the best. Mm-hmm. And then we close out with the evening, which is we're real excited to have Arizona Sun Country Band back at 6 o'clock. But what makes them real unique, last year we had them on Friday night, is Devin Skellion from Channel 4 DIV, a news anchor, is the lead singer for that group. And last year, because it was on a news night, he was only able to do one set. So he did the middle set. So he came after the band performed first set, he did the middle set, and then he stayed and did some autograph signing and picture taking, and he does a really nice meet and greet. And then he had to head back to the studio for his 11 o'clock newscast. Well, this year, because we're on Sunday and he doesn't have that commitment, he will be here for all 3 sets. So that's
Great.
exciting. And then he'll still do the meet and greet after. So if you want to get an autograph, you want to just talk with him, get a picture with him, he'll pose for pictures. He is very, very good with if you want to say fans, he's a TV celebrity, so yes, his fans. And so if you'd like to come out and meet that person that comes into your living room every evening, you'll watch him. And he also does the 6 o'clock news too.
Yeah.
Then you could do that.
Well, the one thing I was thinking about, I mean, I was listening to everything you said, but I'll be honest, 1935 is well before my time, so I'm trying to envision, and please don't tell us what the T-shirt's going to look like. I have no idea. But I was trying to think who the stars were, and I'm not sure if I know the right period for 35. Hockey, that's
hockey.
Abel, Howe, and all those guys.
Pre that. I'm trying to think if Greenberg was a rookie on the 35 team. I think he might have been.
I was thinking Greenberg, and then for football, I have no idea either.
And Charlie Gehringer, probably the mechanical man, was part of the 35 team.
Yeah.
I'm a little familiar with baseball, so I'm a baseball buff. So
yeah, and Ty Cobb had already retired, I think, well before that.
Yep. And same thing with the football. I'm gonna have to do some research. So maybe that's what I'll get people to do. They'll say, "Wow, we are champions all 3 of those major championships." Joe Louis is Joe Louis, and we all know who Joe Louis is.
Yep.
Because we have an arena named after him. So people, I can see everybody right now getting their computers out, laptops, starting to Google because they're going to say, and if you run into us and see us, say, hey, give us a name of a player on one of those 3 teams. That would be kind of neat.
It would. If someone could name a player on all 3 teams, that would be. That gives some thought for maybe during the walk or something. We would maybe give a prize out of somebody.
We do have a raffle after for everybody that participates. We'll have some nice prizes to give away with the walk too. And I'm gonna have to do some research. Like I said, I'm familiar with the baseball team. It was a great team, that 35 team. It really was baseball, and I have to assume the other 2 were great too.
And I would guess we either played the Cubs or the Cardinals because it seemed like during that era when Detroit got in the World Series, it was either the Cardinals or the Cubs.
Yeah, I think it was the Cubbies that year, but don't hold me to it.
Yeah, I'm thinking Cubs because right away that curse that went on at Wrigley Field came in sometime after, right around that period, I think. So I understood it, the bartender wanted to bring his donkey into the stadium, and he was forbidden, and he cursed, and the Cubs have not been in the World Series since. So that was quite a curse that man put on the Cubs.
He sure has, and hopefully somebody from their family would come back and take that curse off, but those poor Cubby fans.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the last thing we just want to touch on is parking on the weekends. It's a premium. I mean, you do the best you can. We want to thank Crestwood School District for letting us use their school property for parking throughout the entire festival. But on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we offer a nice shuttle from the post office over on Ford Road. We have a nice smart connector vehicle, air conditioned, will bring you right over on the grounds, and then we'll take you back. The shuttle will run Friday 5 until 10:30, Saturday 5 until 10:30, and then Sunday 5 until 10. And so it's a real convenient way. You can spend sometimes up to 15, 20 minutes looking for a parking spot, or if you would have just drawn over to Ford Road, within 10 minutes you're picked up. And we'll get you there, and you won't wait any longer than 10 minutes for a ride back.
But the point I think we should emphasize, that's really for the premium Saturday. I don't believe that's the same problem in regards to Wednesday, Thursday,
No, Wednesday,
or Friday.
Thursday's not a Friday.
Friday
gets a little bit, so that's why we offer it on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I'd be remiss not to thank Antonio's of Dearborn Heights. They have been our major sponsor.
Yes.
And they have stood behind us through some tough times when the city was having some hard times, and unfortunately things like festivals and things like that are things that could possibly get cut out of the budget. But because the Ruggiero family, owners of Antonio's Restaurant in Dearborn Heights, stood forward and backed us and was a financial backer for us and guaranteed that the event would break even. So we really want to thank them, and they're back with us again.
They do so much. They run ads in the Detroit Daily and do a lot to promote this event, and they're just a great family. We're so happy they live in Dearborn Heights.
Yes, we are.
Have we covered just about everything? Or?
Well, Mayor, I think we did, and if we didn't, you saw me referring to this, looking at this page. This is our official flyer, And this will, once again, this will be going home with every school child in Dearborn Heights, and it will be in any of our city buildings. And so, and also go to our website. It'll be on there shortly too.
Ken, thank you for being a guest on the Mayor Dan Paletko Show, and I expect to see everyone out there for at least one of the days, if not all of the days, for this year's Spirit Festival.